New security rules in 2025 will ban electronics at airports worldwide, and thousands of travelers will lose their devices at checkpoints. Want to know the secret fast-track system security agents don't want you to discover? Today we're talking about something super important that's going to affect all travelers with electronics, which is basically everyone, right? The TSA and international security agencies just announced major changes coming in 2025 that will completely change how you bring gadgets through airport security. This video has the inside scoop on these new rules with top 8 tips to help you avoid having your stuff taken away. Number 8. Know what's getting banned. Ever wondered what would happen if security suddenly said nope to your favorite gadgets at the airport? Listen up, this is serious. Starting January 2025, security will be checking all electronics more carefully than ever. According to the Transportation Security Administration's recent announcement, anything larger than a cell phone that can't power on will be banned from flights. The official TSA website explains these changes are happening because of new security concerns with modified devices. Here's what most people don't know. Security officers are getting special training to spot fake or modified electronics that look normal but aren't. This includes power banks that don't actually work, cases with hidden compartments, and even regular-looking devices with unusual components inside. The International Air Transport Association confirms that officers will use special scanners that can see inside electronics without opening them. Why this works: when you know exactly what they're looking for, you can make sure all your devices are charged and working before you even get in the security line. Don't miss this chance to prepare. One clever trick is to take photos of all your electronics with their model numbers visible. This proves they're real products if questioned. For devices that look unusual, like custom gaming laptops, bring the original receipt or a printout of the product page, showing it's a real device. Airport security experts say having documentation ready can save your gadgets from being confiscated. But what about those fancy new folding phones? Number 7. Charge everything the night before. Have you ever had that sinking feeling when you realize your device is dead right when you need it most? You might think just charging your phone is enough, but now you need to charge everything: Bluetooth headphones, tablets, laptops, cameras, even your kids' gaming devices. The Federal Aviation Administration's Safety Bulletin states that officers will request power-on tests for random devices, and dead batteries mean automatic rejection at security. The secret most travelers don't know: security officers can now require you to turn on any electronic device, not just laptops like before. And they're not just checking if it turns on. They're looking for the startup screen to confirm it's real. According to a former TSA agent interviewed by Travel Weekly, they're trained to watch for devices that turn on but don't actually boot to an operating system. Why this works: fully charged devices sail through security because you can quickly demonstrate their legitimate electronics. Don't miss out on this crucial step. A smart trick is to bring a small portable charger in your pocket, not packed away, for emergency power-ups right before security. Here's something smart travelers do: create a power-up checklist the night before flying. List every single electronic item you're bringing, then check them off as you confirm each one has enough battery. Even better, set a reminder on your phone for 8 p.m. the night before your flight that says, "Charge all electronics now." Speaking of sailing through security, wait until you hear about the new express lanes in tip number 6. Number 6. Register your electronics before flying. What if there was a secret way to get your electronics through security without even taking them out of your bag? This is a game changer. Many airports are rolling out electronics pre-registration systems where you can register your devices online before your flight. According to the Department of Homeland Security's new traveler program, this system will be available at over 75 major airports by mid-2025. The official government travel website explains that this program creates a digital, trusted traveler electronics profile connected to your boarding pass. Here's the insider secret: when you register your devices ahead of time, security gets a digital signature that matches your electronics when scanned. It's like TSA pre-check, but for your gadgets. Airport Technology magazine reports that these systems use special radio frequency tags that security scanners can detect through your bag. Why this works: pre-registered devices get flagged in the system as already verified, meaning faster screening and less chance of having your stuff pulled aside. A clever trick is to take screenshots of your registration confirmation and save them offline on your phone, just in case the airport system goes down. But whatever you do, don't register devices you're not actually bringing. This immediately flags your entire bag for extra screening. Security experts at Travel Safety Quarterly explain that false registrations are the #1 reason travelers get pulled aside for secondary inspection. But what if you're bringing something unusual? That's where tip number 5 comes in. Hit that subscribe button right now to get more insider travel tips that will save you time, money, and headaches on your next trip. Number 5. Pack smart. Keep electronics accessible. Have you ever felt that panic when security asks you to take out electronics you've buried deep in your bag? The days of tossing all your electronics anywhere in your carry-on are over. Now you need to pack smart to avoid delays. The Civil Aviation Authority's 2025 security guidelines state that electronics should be easily accessible and separated from other items to speed up the screening process and prevent confiscation. Most travelers don't realize that the new scanners are programmed to flag bags with too many overlapping electronics. Security officers get suspicious when they can't clearly see each device. According to Airport Operations Quarterly, the new AI-powered scanners can detect when multiple electronic devices are stacked on top of each other, automatically triggering a manual inspection. Why this works? Putting each electronic in its own bin or using a special tech organizer bag makes screening faster and shows security you have nothing to hide. A smart traveler trick is to use clear Ziploc bags for smaller electronics like chargers, earbuds, and adapters so security can see them without opening anything. But whatever you do, don't wrap cords around your devices. Security experts from the International Air Transport Association warn that coiled cables look suspiciously like certain prohibited items on X-ray machines and will get your bag pulled aside almost every time. But there's one type of device that needs extra attention. Number 4. Special rules for power banks and batteries. Did you know that one wrong battery could get you pulled out of the security line and possibly miss your flight? Power banks are getting extra scrutiny in 2025, and many travelers are having them confiscated because they don't know the new rules. The Federal Aviation Administration's updated safety guidelines now limit what power banks you can bring on planes. The International Civil Aviation Organization has strict new power bank rules that all airports worldwide must follow. The little-known secret: there's now a maximum capacity limit of 27,000 milliamp hours for power banks, and you need to be able to show the capacity label. Also, security can now test if your power bank actually works. According to Air Travel Safety Journal, officers have special testing devices that can detect fake power banks that might hide other things. Why this works? Bringing power banks with clear capacity labels and making sure they're partially charged, not empty or full, reduces red flags. A smart trick is to take a photo of your power bank next to its packaging, showing the capacity number clearly. This helps if the label on your power bank is worn off. But whatever you do, don't pack power banks or spare batteries in your checked luggage. The FAA confirms this is still completely banned and could result in a fine up to $25,000 if detected. Number 3. Vintage and modified electronics need documentation. Have you ever tried explaining to a suspicious security officer that your weird-looking gadget is actually just an old gaming system? Got an old Game Boy or a custom-built computer? Security might think it's suspicious. The Transportation Security Administration's 2025 electronics policy specifically flags non-standard, vintage, or modified electronics for additional screening. According to the Consumer Electronics Association, over 15,000 vintage electronics were confiscated at airports in 2024 alone. What most people don't know, you can bring a simple one-page printout with photos of your unique electronics, showing them powered on. This counts as documentation under the new rules. Aviation Security Magazine explains that security officers are actually trained to recognize popular vintage devices, but they need proof that yours is real and working. Why this works? Security officers are trained to be suspicious of unusual electronics, but having documentation shows you're prepared and have nothing to hide. A clever trick is to include the original manual or a printed Wikipedia page about your vintage device along with your photos. This instantly proves it's a legitimate consumer product. Here's a critical mistake to avoid. Never try to explain your modified electronics verbally without documentation. Airport security consultant reports show that verbal explanations without proof result in confiscation nearly 85% of the time. Number 2. Different countries, different rules. Have you ever had that sinking feeling when a foreign security agent tells you your perfectly legal device isn't allowed in their country? The 2025 rules aren't the same everywhere. Some countries are even stricter than others. According to the Global Travel Security Alliance, at least 37 countries have implemented their own unique electronic security rules that go beyond international standards. The World Tourism Organization warns that these differences can catch even seasoned travelers by surprise. The insider info most travelers miss. Countries like Australia, Japan, and parts of Europe are implementing electronics pre-approval, where you need to submit photos of your devices 48 hours before flying. The International Airline Passenger Association reports that thousands of travelers had electronics confiscated in 2024 simply because they didn't check country-specific rules ahead of time. Why this works? Checking country-specific rules before traveling internationally can save you from having expensive electronics confiscated at foreign airports. A smart traveler trick is to screenshot the official rules from each country's border security website and keep them on your phone to show security officers if they question your devices. A big mistake to avoid: don't rely on airline staff to know all these rules. Travel Security Digest surveys show that many gate agents are not fully updated on the latest electronics regulations and might give you incorrect information. Number 1. Use the new electronics fast-track systems. Have you ever wished there was a secret VIP lane just for getting your gadgets through security quickly? This is the best tip. Many airports are adding special electronics fast-track lanes in 2025. The Airport Council International confirms that these dedicated lanes will be in 60% of major airports by the end of 2025. The Department of Transportation's travel blog explains these lanes use advanced CT scanners that can check electronics without removing them from bags. Here's what hardly anyone knows yet. You can book a spot in these fast-track lanes through most airline apps, but they don't advertise it well. Look for additional services in your booking. According to Airport Technology Review, only 12% of travelers currently know about and use these special lanes, meaning shorter lines for those who do. Why this works? These special lanes have advanced scanners that check electronics without removing them from bags, saving tons of time and stress during the security process. A super helpful trick is to check if your credit card offers free fast-track access. Many premium travel cards now include this perk but don't prominently advertise it. An important caution: never show up late for your fast-track appointment. The National Air Travel Association warns that missed slots cannot be rescheduled, and you'll actually be sent to the back of the regular security line. Don't let these changes ruin your travel plans. A little preparation goes a long way. If you found this helpful, smash that subscribe button and share with your friends who travel. Drop a comment below with any questions or other tips you've discovered.